So I'm gonna be going over Remmants cosmology. Granted, this is like only a little bit of the cosmology, but this is the cosmology in general. I'm gonna go over the index and stuff later on. I'm not sure when. I got a few other videos I'm working on. I really love Remmants. As you can tell, I love how the lore is. Wait, I'm already getting off track. My fault, gang. Anyways, the Keeper describes the labyrinth as holding quote-unquote all doors and infinite possibilities. In power scaling terms, in these worlds are separate, which is actually infinite dimensional spaces. The labyrinth acts as a higher dimensional container, aka a Hilbert space, that encompasses them all. The Great Design is the structural framework of these infinite dimensions. This makes the Keeper, again, which is the admin, is how I say it, and Annihilation, the corruption, entities that scale to the total complexity of an infinite dimensional system. Lore items in dialogue explicitly use dimensional language to describe the series of highest tier threats. Historically, lore in the verse describes, or scientists describe, establishing a link with an extra-dimensional being they dubbed the Clawbone. This confirms the root does not originate from a 3D planet, but from a separate higher dimensional place that is outside of all worlds, or dimensions in this case, but you can call it worlds, just whatever, I don't give a crack. In the Dark Horizon, Aliphis's Torah is described as a singularity where the laws of the Great Design, aka the systematic dimensions, cease the whole mating. This places it at a tier where it transcends the very concept of the labyrinth's dimensional level. If y'all are skeptical about using hyperversal and outerversal scaling, so the most direct evidence in the game is that the labyrinth contains an infinite number of worlds or / realities. In standard tiering, destroying or creating an infinite number of four-dimensional space-time continuums is the literal definition of 2A, multiversal plus. I'm going to go over some possible debunks some people might have. Debunkers will probably often point to the fact these entities can be harmed by physical means, like bullets, swords, and explosions. In their logic, if an entity can be shot to death, they argue it can't truly be outer 2A or outer, depends, because it is bound by 3D physical interactions and a health bar. But this fundamentally ignores the avatar concept, that the boss you fight is literally just a 3D projection, and the fact the player is a systematic anomaly specifically designed to break the rules of the Great Design. So a lowballer might interpret Alpha Centaurus quote as environmental hacks rather than tiering transcendence. They will probably say Alpha Centaurus is just a lawless zone, like the place with no gravity, rather than like a place that exists above the concept of actual laws of physics and stuff like that. But the custodian explicitly calls it the absolute end, implying it is the entropic conclusion of the entire multiverse, not just a weird room with a different physics. If y'all want to use 2A scaling as a safe lowball, that is completely fine. Just don't be lying about the fact Remnant barely gets above 2A or even 1C. That's just stupid. Anyways, if you enjoyed this, I have a lot more Remnant 2 stuff coming out. I think I did call Remnant Outer, but if you don't want to use Remnant Hyperversal, Outerversal, Meta, you can use 2A scaling again, which is completely fine with y'all. And hey, I don't know if y'all hear this a lot, but I love you and I care about y'all. Y'all stay safe out there, you hear me?